Me. I'm sorry. 10 days since you got on me. I'm sorry. I'm the funeral. Sometimes I laugh in the funeral. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome. Good evening. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Ooh, wait. Not receiving enough. Why is it not receiving enough? Ooh, we're having internet problems? What's up with the internet? Amazing. There's some internet problems. That is very weird. That should not be happening. Is it because I talked crap about AT&T today and I switched to Verizon? What's going on? That's so weird. Hold on, I might have to reset the modem. No, the internet's blazing. There we go. Hold on, let's see. Okay. Okay. Am I lagging? Is it smooth? Wow, the internet's acting up. No! I think I'm gonna have to restart the modem. Trying to give it a minute to see if it like irons itself out. Okay. I think we're there. Today's been kind of a weird day. We're good. We're stable now. Let me check YouTube. It's been, 1,900 people already. That's perfect, right? When the internet's messing up and everything's going to hell, there's 1,900 people. Perfect. I love it. I love when things go haywire and there's thousands of people watching. That's perfect. I love that shit. I live for that shit. That's my life right there. Everything fucking up. All right. Amazing. Perfect. Okay, I think it's stable. I'm looking at the numbers on the bottom of the screen real quick to see if it kind of ironed itself out. I was talking crap about AT&T today. Maybe that's what's going on. Kind of pissed. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I think we're good now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. So a couple things to talk about tonight. Carlee Russell. Is everything looking smooth now too? Is the video fixed? Everything fixed? Let me pull myself up on the screen. We got a couple things to talk about. Let me refresh this here. Carlee Russell. We're going to take a look at the parents' interview again, the first interview that they did. We're going to talk about cocaine sharks. And let me just pull myself up real quick. iCkEdMeL. Carlee. Yeah, I think we look good. Perfect. Amazing. Let me fix the sound here. All right, we're live. We're live. We had a little rough start, but we're here and we're here and we're all right. So Carlee Russell tweeted multiple times within 40 minutes of calling 911. The Alabama nursing student vanished for 49 hours until police she was kidnapped. They've been unable to verify. Oh no. The first tweet was sent at 8:55 p.m., less than an hour before she called 911 at 9:34. Read, "Today was a great day. God be looking out. I'm telling you. All in the name of Jesus." A minute later, Russell tweeted, "Someone to tell you I love you and don't got a reason." And then at 9:19 p.m., she tweeted, "Yeah, I want family now," which I thought that was interesting, alongside a crying emoji. And then about 15 minutes later, she mysteriously vanished into the mist, into the dark, never to be seen again. Oh no, Carlee. Carlee Russell. Now, I was watching cinema tonight, right? Estaba mirando cinema. And Cinema Shogun pointed this out. Now make sure you check out his channel on YouTube. Okay, Cinema Shogun. He has good content. and he's been going hard on the story. And he thinks it's a little bit, I don't know, he thinks it's a little bit sus, the parents. Well, he was just saying that, like, he was questioning if they knew. He just kind of finds it interesting, you know, because these parents, they took that trip to Georgia, Atlanta. How far is, I was talking to Michelle on the phone, how far is Alabama, Hoover, from Georgia? I think it was like 2 hours or something. You see, Alabama, Hoover, Alabama. And let's go to Atlanta, Georgia. About 2 hours. So it's kind of weird. It's a little weird that these people, you know, they take their trip to go. Let's watch this interview together. I was watching this video earlier and I was thinking, like, oh, it's kind of interesting. And I guess now rewatching it, and by the way, I've never seen this full longer version of this. There's a longer version out there. I was like, oh, I saw like a short snippet or something. I didn't see this one, so let's check it out.
Zoom are Carlee's parents, Carlos and Talitha Russell. Mr. and Mrs. Russell, thanks so much for making the effort to speak with us here tonight. You say that you're in Atlanta. Has there been a tip or information that has come in that your daughter could possibly be in the Atlanta area?
Yes, we received a tip, but we had already planned to search the Georgia area. The tip.
So we received a tip, but we already planned to search the Georgia area. And I wonder why. Is there some reason? Previous history? Does she know people out there? And why leave the area that she went missing from to go specifically to Georgia? Atlanta.
It turned out not to be a
that your daughter could possibly be in the Atlanta area?
Yes, we received a tip, but we had already planned to search the Georgia area. The tip turned out not to be a viable tip. Nonetheless, we had planned to visit and search the Georgia area anyway, so it was not a waste of our time. We put out flyers, searched the areas, different areas, exits. We probably covered at least 20 exits. And so we got a decent amount of ground covered.
I wonder what made them specifically go there. And so she said they covered 20 exits.
Police say that they are looking at all possibilities, all theories here. Do you believe someone has taken your daughter against her will?
I'm not sure why they're looking at all possibilities.
Because, I mean, I guess they felt for certain. I guess you could argue maybe they felt for certain this was a kidnapping.
It's very clear she was abducted from the phone call that she last had with one of our relatives, and they heard her scream. The 911 call that she made to the Hoover Police Department stating that there was a small child on the side of the road, and the evidence that was left behind. We are 99% sure that she was abducted.
And we felt that.
What evidence she left behind? 99% certain, huh?
Left behind. We are 99% sure that she was abducted.
And we felt that way from the
beginning.
Okay, yeah. Can you, let's talk about the details from that, from what happened to her last night. It is believed that she was reported missing after she vanished after reporting a child walking on I-459. Police say there are no reports of someone missing a child from the area. What are your thoughts on that particular detail of this child on the side of the interstate? Could that child have been a decoy to lure someone like your daughter out of her car, or do you believe it was a legitimate child who was just out there walking?
No, we do. We believed from the very beginning that was a decoy. We've heard of those decoys, and we've actually told our daughter, don't fall for those decoys.
That's interesting. So they've specifically had conversation with their daughter about this specific type of situation of a decoy for being lured out there. Slow the chat. Slow the chat, please. It's too fast for me. Okay, I'll slow it. I'll put 2 seconds. All right, that's good. I'm kidding. I'll do 10.
She did, but she's a very passionate person. She's a caring person, and she told the family member that she could not leave a little child that appeared to be 3 or 4 years old just on the interstate. Mm-hmm. She was advised to just call 911, which she did. 911 asked. Walking. Our daughter Carlee got out the car apparently and asked the child, "Were they okay? Were they okay?" The family member heard her on the phone, and then they heard a scream. So it's very obvious. She left her car running. She left her car door open. That means she was planning to go back and get in her car and come home safely.
We had a little issue there with your Zoom, but hopefully we can hang here for just a second more. I think this is important. What is your message to your daughter and her potential abductor if they are watching this, if they see this interview tonight?
Our message is that we are trusting God. Carlee, I know you are scared, and I know you are just trusting God. Carlee, I know you are scared, and I know you are just praying to God because you do have faith, and you hang on to that faith, and your family and your friends, we're all hanging on to that faith. We're not letting any negative thoughts enter our heads. We're not going to let the enemy have the last word on this. We are trusting.
Who's the enemy?
God, that you are coming home safely. So you believe that no matter what. And we are praying that God will touch the heart and the mind of her abductor.
All in the name of Jesus.
And change their heart and their mind and soften it. And that they would just turn and hit a...
Yeah, that's true. Carlee said, you notice dad never talks?
Voice of God and let Carlee return home safely.
Well, I know every parent, every grandparent, everybody just hearing that. Our thoughts and our prayers are with you. Thanks so much for your time tonight, and good luck with your search efforts.
Thank you.
We are praying for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Here is another look at Carlee Russell.
So that was interesting. Cinema Shogun pointed out tonight. I don't think I've seen that full interview before. I saw like a snippet or something. I think it was a different one, but that was like a longer version. And this is them talking about leaving to Atlanta. So, all right, there's various rumors and things we're going to go through. Also, my mind slipped. There's a bunch of stuff we're going to go through. But here it says, more tea. When I find the source, I will link. Allegedly, Carlee is currently on vacation in ATL. Visiting her mom's family. Cops are outside her parents' house because she was a flight risk, and they were trying to get a governor's warrant. What? To get a governor's warrant or see if they could get a felony warrant. She has undoubtedly been subpoenaed, allegedly, as the Hoover inmate list was created. What? Carlee and fam are still sticking to the kidnap story and are currently in ATL celebrating her birthday. Oh shit, popping bottles, allegedly. Her friend or someone close has already spoke to the cops, and there certainly will be another press conference with some more juicy ass tea. Neighbors have confirmed they are indeed not at their home. Stand by. The plot is thickening. We already know this. They still not talking to cops. Not talking to the police. Okay, so I haven't looked at these. All right, I haven't looked at these. A friend of mine sent me this. She was like, you got to check this out. You got to check it out. It says here, updated with full screenshots number 1 through 8. Carlee Russell, Talithia Tomar. Anonymous post. She was knocking on all of her neighbors' doors, and she's on all of their Ring cameras, wasted out of her mind, looking for her own house. Nah. I want to see the Ring cam. And Mel, the only thing, if neighbors have that Ring cam, can't they just leak it out? Can't they just, why hasn't somebody posted it? They're not obligated, right? They wouldn't have any kind of legal obligation, would they? Unless the cops took it. But I would think they'd have a copy. The neighbors also said they didn't see. The neighbors also said they didn't sleep because they were all out looking for her, and it was her parents that told her to stay the night at the hotel to avoid suspicion. I live very close to Hoover. Let me see here. There was never a child wandering along 459, and an abduction never took place. The FBI used sophisticated technology to examine the video. Carlee was spotted pulling over to the right shoulder of 459. She exited the vehicle, walked around to the passenger side, and stood there. A few minutes later, Carlee was spotted walking into the woods alone. Keep in mind, those woods aren't a half-mile in distance to the other side. On the other side of the woods is a road that runs to the Grove to Pattern Creek. Carlee was intercepted by someone else, possibly a separate guy she's involved with from Atlanta. Oh no. Oh no. Atlanta. Is that why the parents went to Atlanta? They started their search in Atlanta? I don't know. Here's where it gets interesting. Carlee's parents drove to Atlanta yesterday without notifying the authorities. When questioned, Carlee's parents stated that they received word that she was spotted in Atlanta. Well, the FBI moved forward with executing a SAR, suspicious activity report. In doing so, they discovered that Carlee's parents have consistently wired large sums of money to someone in Atlanta. Additionally, Carlee's cell phone shows a search history of a bus ticket inquiries, which you heard about that already. Currently, the FBI is investigating all cell phone activity that pinged in the area around the time Carlee disappeared. Oh, they can do that too. This is all allegedly, this is all rumors, but I have heard in previous cases that they can check certain times, certain areas, all the cell phones that were in the area at the time. Let's see here. Interesting, because as a citizen of Hoover, I called the HPD yesterday and expressed my concern about an active known threat in the area. I was generally upset with HPD because they were not issuing a warning to residents about their known perpetrator sketch or a possible car of perpetrator. So I called. I was put through a detective. I asked him if I should be scared of this perp associated to this crime, and he said, quote, "Don't be." He sounded very calm and matter of fact. He kept reassuring me the community was safe from the perp related to this incident. So there is that. Oh, what's this from? Kicked out of nursing school, in trouble for stealing, got in an argument with her boyfriend. They broke up, and then this all happened. She's sticking to that she was abducted. She was lured into the woods by some people who live in the woods. Described the person with orange hair balding at the top and tied her up and drove her around and put her into an 18-wheeler and fed her cheeses for 2 days, and they painted her nails. I think we already read all this. And they kept her on 150 somewhere, and somehow she manages to get away and runs through the woods to her neighborhood until she gets to her house and she gets to the hospital. Hoover got some Ring doorbell footage from her neighborhood, and it just shows her walking casually until she gets close to her house and then starts sprinting and flailing arms, acting a fool. I really wonder, yeah, we read all this already. I really wonder if they're going to release that Ring footage, Ring doorbell. And I also wonder if they're going to have another press conference. How dope would it be if they came out with another press conference? You think they're going to come with another one? Or they're done? I wonder if they're investigating. Will they really charge anybody? She stole money from her work, completely fabricated story. Hoover just hit her phone and reviewed the video of Red Roof Inn of her checking into her room. There's still rumors about this Red Roof Inn thing, which we're going to get into more about that. Oh my Lord, I figured something shady was happening. I just want to know, did her family know, or was it on it? Did her family know, or was it in on it? No, they didn't. They tried to deny the Red Roof Inn story as it unfolded because they knew she was bullshit and didn't want the embarrassment. Oh man, that's horrible for her family, but she seemed like well-off family, but she's going to get ate alive once those details are public and spread around. Of course, I'm not going to say anything. I just meant in general. I think I've seen that too. I think this was actually before the news broke. This one here, captain of Hoover Fire Department. She got caught stealing from work that day, failed out of nursing school, and has been on drugs. She had a friend behind her, and that's who picked her up, and she was with her friend all weekend. The police knew she was safe because she blocked her ex-boyfriend weeks ago, and she added him back while she was abducted. Loud, allegedly. He called the cops to tell him half a day before she went back home. She planned to disappear, realized that this wasn't going to work. Wild. we've seen the stripper one too. Two, ready. What the hell is this? Okay, but here it goes. Apparently, Carlee was dealing with someone named Jay to keep his identity private. Okay, so they just called him Jay as an alias. All while she was trying to break things off with her ex, Tamar Simmons. Jay expressed that he really didn't want to be involved in their relationship or be that guy. So he created a distance between himself and Carlee. Boom. There's another mystery man that all of her friends don't know of. Just a few. She was dealing with him also while trying to break things off with Tamar. Supposedly Tuesday night, she finally admitted to Tamar that she had feelings and was in love with somebody else. That is when things get fuzzy about her abduction. Apparently Carlee has pulled this stunt multiple times. It just never happened. Or what? It's just never been this elaborate. It has just never been this elaborate. We think this was an attempt to get Tamar to stay with her since Jay had told her he wasn't interested anymore. Here's where the story gets thick. Allegedly, Carlee's parents were at the top of a pyramid scheme while Tamar's family invested and lost a lot of money. At first, we seriously thought since Tamar had found out she was in love with someone else and her parents technically promised his family money, they were never going to receive his family. And her parents technically promised his family money they were never going to receive. We thought his family set the whole thing up only because he's been her spokesperson the whole ordeal, even before her parents. So we thought it was fishy, but that isn't the case at all. What this all boils down to is Carlee is extremely entitled and spoiled. In a sense, through a temper tantrum over men, she couldn't have the man she wanted when she wanted, so she faked her abduction. None of her story adds up. She called her mom at 9:18, which was confirmed by her cousin. She didn't make a 911 call until 16 minutes later. Either she was still on 280 when she called her mom, or she was already en route to 459 when she called her mom. Since day one, the story never made sense. Oh, am I now reading this stuff? There's a whole bunch of pictures on this. I can't keep up with this bullshit. So according to Blank, she has done this before in high school with another ex-lover. I doubt it was Tamar then. Yes, she was caught embezzling money from Woodhouse. That's the job she was working at, I guess. Think about it. They never posted anything about her being missing because they knew the nature of it all along. Hoover police knows what happened, exactly what happened. They're trying to give her and her family time to come forward with the truth before they start pressing charges. The only loophole Carlee has, I'm not being criminally charged for taking her abduction, is the fact that she did not file an official police report. That only may save her. But as far as her job, yeah, I'm pretty sure they ping forward with pressing charges. I guess going forward pressing charges. They just want to give her a chance, seeing as though she will need psychiatric therapy of some sort. Let me see. Yes, I don't know. Who is this from? Ashanti after night 9? Yeah, they were asking initial questions we all wanted answers to. What did you see? Was there anyone else around? Where did you go? Who were you with? How did you get home? Those were the nature of those questions, but they had already gotten word from her job that she had been embezzling money before she showed up. So now they're trying to get into the thick of it from her to see if she'll come forward, which doesn't seem like she's going to. None of the physical evidence matches the phone call she made that night. None of the physical evidence at the scene showed any foul play. It did show tire marks, which they did talk about already, which was the car she got away in. Ooh, that could make sense. That could be plausible. I think the tire mark thing came from WFLA, right? I don't know if they were the original people that came out with it, but I did hear about those tire marks. Mohawk Mom says Rudy 2.0 times 5. I can't keep up with all this bullshit. Let me see what we're doing. Okay, so the time marks, which was the car she got away in. Carlee couldn't have been aware of the fly cart and posted on mile marker 11/12 and Galleria Boulevard exit 10. Had she known the story would have went a different way. Carlee couldn't have been aware of the fly cart. The hell's a fly cart? Is that the camera? And posted on mile marker 11/12. Okay. And yes, she was at the Red Roof Inn. We're still unclear if she was with a male or female, but Hoover did obtain that footage. That's what they're holding from the media because it's open and ongoing. Fly camera. Oh, they meant fly cameras. Okay. I believe the Red Roof Inn Montgomery Highway is where she was located. I heard the Red Roof Inn manager told her she had to leave and call her family before they called the police. I don't know if that's true. They told Red Roof didn't want to be affiliated with the story, so they wanted her to just leave and figure it out on her own. How much was she embezzling? Was she a cashier? Jesus, dude, you'd think she was really on drugs. I mean, as far as embezzling, what are you going to be embezzling from the spa place? How much money are you really going to take from a spa as a cashier running at the front without people noticing? Really? I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Chantel. So we haven't heard that part yet. We just know Hoover has the footage. Oh my, I really hate this is happening. She needs to get some help because Blank shouldn't be stressing her out like this at all. Plus the girls are heavy for Tamar, honey. So when he finds out the truth, the Blank gonna be lined up because they already think he's fine, girl. The last time I checked, her phone was off. So I'm not sure how true that part is. I hate this too because this is not like her. That's why we went so hard, I guess, because we were just as much in the blind as we were just so much in the blind as I can't read the rest of that. Then it says time I checked her phone was off, so I'm not sure how true that part is. I hate this too because this is not like her. That's why we went so hard because we were just as much in the blind as everyone else. It's just when you're a real friend, you're going to defend each other, right or wrong. And that's all we're doing just to look like a bunch of fools in the end. So this is her friend they're talking to. I argued with people I was friends with. Behind this, I've unfriended and blocked people behind what they were saying. I just feel played because now if something actually does happen to one of us, the fact that we'll have to raise an eyebrow is insane. Okay. Oh, we made it. Lord Almighty. All right, let me play some of these videos. I also want to get to we're gonna get to Angela Harris too in a bit. We got 2 videos from Angela Harris. Also, Aniah Blanchard's dad spoke with the news as well. Where do I have his interview at? Where do I have his interview? Here it is. We'll put that together. And then this, I don't know what this is all about too. This is all unverified stuff. I don't know where these people are getting this from. Not through the music. New alleged details give insight on what happened after Carlee disappeared and what's been happening since. Her parents are telling police they're receiving death threats, which I wouldn't be surprised if they are, and asking police if they can leave. The Russells' phone have been confiscated along with 3 others via a warrant. I wonder if that's true at all. Tamar Simmons, Carlee's boyfriend, is filing a restraining order against Carlee and her family. That boy on fleek. And Tamar's also received a text while Carlee was missing saying, "Hope you enjoy finding Carlee's body scattered across the road." Nah, that would be kind of crazy if that's true. I feel like this whole scam of a kidnapping thing has just opened the floodgates Oh shit, Carlee, I mean Chantel, wherever you are, what's really going on? I mean, I can see a crazy chick saying that. The hotel was reserved 4 days prior with a prepaid card under the name Chantel Bronx. What? Carlee then ordered food to the hotel that night under the same name, Chantel Bronx. Later, Carlee ordered Slim. I don't know, man. I feel like anything's possible now. Later, Carlee ordered Slim Jim's Dr. Pepper and a nail kit. Is that why she said people were painting her nails? To the room via Instacart using the same prepaid card. But prepaid cards don't have names on there, though, right? But maybe they account. The same IP address from a burner phone used to order the Instacart was the same IP address that sent the message to Tamar. The Russell's lawyer, known an arrest warrant is coming and wants to use a psych. What? Wants to use a psych delay. However, he can't use that until Carlee agrees to a 72-hour psych evaluation, but she currently won't agree. If she was really going through some psych shit and they took her to the hospital when they took her from the house, they probably would have Baker acted her. They would have did some sort of. If she was really, I don't know, but maybe she wasn't. I mean, clearly it seems like all was fake. Only time will tell where the next twist and turn takes us. I want to show you to the neighbors. Some neighbors are coming out and talking. Where's the neighbors at? Where the neighbors? Here we go.
New on 6 on your side. New perspective from neighbors of Carlee Russell about the effect her disappearance is having on their neighborhood.
Yesterday, the Hoover Police Department released some new information in the Carlee Russell case. Our Shelby County reporter Aniah Robinson out to talk to some neighbors today about their reaction, their opinions to what they heard. She's live with that. Aniah?
Yeah, I don't know what to believe. Miss Pisces Dream says she did all this. The rumor's been true. After hearing Cheez-Its and all this kind of shit, everything is like open. The door's open for anything's possible.
Jonathan, Sarah, many of the neighbors I spoke with today say they're very happy that the Russell family is reunited despite the recent news from the Hoover Police Department, but they want their quiet streets back. Anna Parker has lived in this area for quite some time now. She says she wants her neighborhood to go back to the way it was.
I would love our street back. We've had a lot more traffic, and I don't want to say that I'm saying that bad about the family.
She don't want to get canceled. She wants y'all to get out of their neighborhood.
It's just, we just want our neighborhood back. I want my quiet street, my quiet neighborhood.
Parker says as a parent of 2 young adults, if that was her kid who went missing, she would be in agony, praying every day for their safe return.
That's what it's all about. That's what we prayed for, and I can't be upset when God answers our prayers, and He did. So
God answered them
I'm
prayers.
very happy for them. I'm happy that she's back and they know where she is.
Now, other neighbors agreed with Parker and said this was the most traffic and attention their neighborhood has ever seen, but they realize as time goes by that things will go back to normal. Reporting live.
I want to see somebody go off. I want to see like a neighbor pissed. Reagan Fryer's sister of Heaven Ross, an 11-year-old who disappeared and remains were found in Alabama, speaks about the missing person cases and Carlee Russell.
20-year anniversary of this case is in August, and the family still waits for answers.
Let's put our effort into, cases like this where the answers haven't been found yet. Like we know like more about Carlee Russell's case. Like it's fine, to put whatever you want on the internet, but let's take that energy and let's now shift it into the cases that we actually need answers for.
Fryer says she wants the community to step up whenever there's a missing person. However, in the Carlee Russell case, which captured national attention, pointing out if Russell's story about an abductor didn't happen.
If it didn't, then yes, like that is it's like spitting in the face of my sister's case and so many other cases.
20-year anniversary.
Where's Rabbit? I don't really know what this is. Somebody sent me this. Vito. Two guns, Vito.
Don't play with me. That's what I don't even like to play. Bitch, they kicked me out of PE, bitch, because I ain't want to play, ho. I got an F. Bitch, my dad went on to the school and said, hey, put him at home mix. Had me in there sewing pillows and shit. I'd rather do this in here with the gals.
I don't know what this music playing in the background. I don't know if that's copyrighted there.
I don't want to go no motherfucking PE with these mustache niggas. Bitch, I don't want to play. And me in the PE with these gals.
What the hell was that? Carlee Russell fired from spa job. That's the other thing that people talk about tonight. New confirmed information. By the way, Devil Eyes, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I've dated too many gals that were this level of cray. Carlee Russell fired from spa job. Co-workers pissed about increasingly suspicious kidnapping story. Carlee Russell officially disappeared from the payroll of her Alabama job. The owner of Woodhouse Spa in Birmingham told the Post that she's been canned and that her steaming co-workers are pissed about their former colleagues' increasingly suspect kidnapping account. Owner Stuart Rome, whatever you say, said his staffers were stunned after hearing of Russell's purported disappearance and did everything in their power to help bring her home. It was really devastating for them, thinking a co-worker was abducted. The following day, Saturday, it was the busiest day of all week. They had to plug along and work in the off times, pass out flyers and other things. But since Russell abruptly resurfaced, police have released that she had searched for a bus ticket prices and movies about kidnapping on the day she disappeared, drawing mounting skepticism over her account. Her co-workers' concern also started to turn to anger as the information came out that they were questionable things. We've been a little pissed off, mainly because so many people took so much time out of the search, Rome said. In addition, the spa has been getting slammed with nasty social media messages and damaging one-star reviews because of its affiliation with Russell. Basically, we spent the last day battling to get things deleted, he said. Comments, I've had to shut down my comment section on Instagram and Facebook page, which hurts us because we do a lot of marketing there. We're just trying to keep the doors open. Damn, why are they trying to shut down the business? Why are people coming from for the spa? Lord, man. Before she vanished, Russell searched for information about Amber Alerts and Liam Neeson movie Taken and a bus tickets to Nashville. She also fired a series of unusual tweets before dialing 911. Yeah, I want family now. People keep talking about abortion or a baby, but I don't know. Okay, the other thing, let's get into it.
That Carlee Russell's case will make it difficult to get much needed attention on other cases of missing Black women and girls. Black women go missing in the United States at a much higher rate than other demographics. But so much public attention has been focused on white women who disappear that the phrase missing white woman syndrome has evolved. Many have noted that very little media and public attention has been focused on women of color historically. But the case of Carlee Russell was an exception. It got massive media coverage.
You guys get it like too. I'd appreciate that. Like, subscribe, turn on bell notifications. Monday, we're starting a trial. New trial for it's going to be for 1 week, so check that out as well.
And now looks like it could possibly be a hoax. Joining us now is the CEO and co-founder of Black and Missing Foundation, Derica Wilson. Derica, this is just one case, but it's a notorious one. What's your reaction to a Black woman finally getting the coverage every woman deserves, only for it to possibly be a lie?
Well, hi, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me. And we too are disappointed in the developments in this case. It's disheartening for us to see the comments that people are now unwilling to share flyers for our missing. But one case should not set the precedent for all missing persons of color. Our heart breaks for these families because there is a staggering number of missing people of color in the United States, and people don't know their names because they're not getting that mainstream media. So we need for law enforcement, we need for the media and social media engagement to assist in finding them. They all need our help.
Right. Do you worry that there is the whole boy who cried wolf syndrome, effect here, that people will be less
Cicely said, wrong. Native women are the most missing of all. Check out the stats. News don't cover it, children too.
To believe that somebody has really been met the hands of foul play or has vanished into thin air, or that and be less likely to jump into action to help hunt for her.
Well, you know, there are over 90,000 Black women that are missing in the United States. And again, we're just encouraging our community not to get discouraged by this one case. You know, again, all of these individuals that are missing, they matter. You know, people don't know the name Keisha Jacobs or Nakayla Williams or Casey Young. You know, these are just a few of the names of individuals that are missing from our community, and their families are desperate.
Why do you think missing Black women, missing Hispanic, Latino women get less coverage in the media than Caucasian women do?
Well, for one reason, oftentimes when people of color are reported missing, their cases are classified as runaways, and there really doesn't send a sense of urgency in finding them. Oftentimes, they're also associated with some sort of criminal activity or stereotypes. And so we need for people to see that these are valuable members of our community. They're mothers, their daughters, their sisters, and they deserve to be found. And it takes all of us. It's law enforcement, it's the media, and it's our community. And the same energy that was spent on Carlee, we need that same energy for the hundreds of thousands of missing people that are missing across this country.
So your plea tonight is, please don't, just because Carlee Russell may have made up a story, take any of these other stories.
We're done. We're done. No more. No, I'm just kidding. This Rudy shit. Now we got this Carlee shit. Did Carlee Russell commit chargeable offenses?
Twitter feed of the 25-year-old woman who went missing for 2 days. In the 40 minutes leading up to her disappearance, Carlee Russell wrote a series of tweets. One read, "Today was a great day." Another, "Yeah, I want a family now." About 15 minutes after that last tweet, she called 911 and vanished for 2 days before showing up later at her parents' home. She says she was kidnapped, but police have presented evidence that reveals respondent Elizabeth Pran is live with more, but she refused to cooperate. Any updates?
Still refusing.
No, you're exactly right, Elizabeth. In fact, the police chief said that he will not release any details in this investigation or complete it until he has all the facts. And right now, he simply does not have the cooperation of his key witness.
Saturday will be a week since Carlee Russell's safe return home, but police say they're not searching for an abductor, an 18-wheeler, an orange-haired man, or a toddler. The person they wish to speak with is Russell.
We pretty much know exactly what took place from the time she left.
Charges is not short.
She could be charged with theft because there's an accusation that she stole items from her job. She could be charged with filing a false police report. She could also be charged with making false statements. Anytime that a person makes a false statement to an officer during an interview, they can be charged because they lied. And based upon the interview information that they received from her in the press conference, they said they didn't believe it.
New attention given to her social media tonight, particularly her tweets. She sent several in the 40 minutes leading up to her disappearance. "Yeah, I want a family now. Someone to tell you I love you and don't got a reason. Today was a great day. God be looking out, I'm telling you." And
God be looking out. That's pretty telling, those last tweets, right? "Yeah, I want family now." Okay, it kind of like people were talking about like the whole boyfriend, whether they broke up or she was seeing somebody else, or the whole thing where people alleged that she was pregnant or got an abortion or some ish here and there. I don't know.
particularly her tweets. She sent and don't got a reason. Today was a thousands in food and water.
Oh, not Chick-fil-A. What's up with Chick-fil-A?
Taken.
People volunteered in droves to search for Russell during those hot days. A $60,000 reward. Chick-fil-A donating thousands in food and water.
Oh, no.
Water. Not counting the...
How come nobody ever talked about Chick-fil-A up until now? It's because they canceled? This is the first time I heard Chick-fil-A donating. They was getting dogged out.
Federal assistance and cell phone data retrieval.
Easily 6 figures. They were all hands on deck. When there was a report made that a person, a citizen of Jefferson County, Alabama, was kidnapped from the side of the road. I am certain everyone who was on vacation, everyone who called time off, had to show up to help find this young lady.
You know, Elizabeth, one of the biggest pieces of frustration is that there are more than.
Before Carlee and Sherry, Janice says in the chat, there was Jennifer Wilbanks, the runaway bride. She faced charges too for faking being abducted. Amazing. Facebook, thank you guys so much for hitting like. Casey, thank you for the super chat. Trish, thank you for the subscription on Twitch. Crime Solver, thank you for the super chat. Says, why do you think FBI is involved? I don't know. I have no idea. Maria, thank you for the stars on Facebook. Lisa, thank you for becoming a member. Susie, oh, that was 10 hours ago.
500,000 people who go missing every year in the United States, and they don't necessarily get the slew of attention that they're seeing, which is why you're seeing a lot of folks.
Was the CEO really washing the drag queen's feet? Was he atoning for his sins, for the Chick-fil-A sins? They're all in now on LGBTQ and black causes. Oh, because before I know they were kind of like, they had some issues and stuff. I'd love to see that though. I want to see the CEO washing a drag queen's feet. Let's see. Chick-fil-A. Is that true? Chick-fil-A. That's lovely. Chick-fil-A. Let's just go see some weirdo shit. Chick-fil-A. Drag queen? That's true? Oh, I don't think I see it. Washing feet? That would have been dope, bro. I want to see that. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Cringe alert. Chick-fil-A CEO humiliates himself at the feet of a rapper. Oh, I saw that where he got his. That'd have been dope if he.
Just looking for some answers.
Yeah, a lot
That's
of
not offensive, right? That's the proper term, right?
people. What do we know about the boyfriend, Carlee's boyfriend in this case? Is he speaking or cooperating?
It's such a great question because initially he was quite vocal. We saw him post on social media as soon as she went missing. And in fact, initially on Sunday, he said she was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours,
Right.
leave her alone, give her time. Well, Elizabeth, now those posts have been deleted and we haven't heard from him. And we also haven't heard from the family. So a lot of silence right now.
I'm sure they're dealing with a lot. Elizabeth Pran.
All right. I think we already saw this too.
Happened to her.
You're so right. If you think about it, just a week ago, there were droves of people searching for Carlee Russell. A week ago tomorrow, she was returned home safe on her own volition, but the detectives are really keeping a tight lip on this case, and that's because they are still in the middle of the investigation. All they're telling us is that the one person who they do want to speak with at this time is Russell. There's also renewed attention on some of the tweets that she sent out. These tweets were sent out less than 40 minutes before that 911 call. Look at the first one. It says, "Yeah, I want a family now." You see the tear emoji. "Someone to tell you I love you and don't got a reason." And the last one was less than 20 minutes before that call came in. It said, "Today was a great day."
We just saw that already. All right. Let's get to Aniah. This was the mother earlier today on the news, and then we'll watch what she posted on the page. I'm also going to put the link to Aniah's webpage where you can either donate or you can read what it's about. I'll just read the brief little thing here. Aniah Blanchard was murdered. I think her mother, maybe other people run this website. Aniah's Heart is a nonprofit organization dedicated to preservation of life through prevention awareness and empowering the vulnerable to significantly impact the incidence of violence and crime in our society. Aniah's Heart is a 501(c) nonprofit organization founded by Angela Harris in July 2020. After the tragic loss of her daughter, Aniah Blanchard, Angela appeared on several local and national television, radio, and social media platforms telling her daughter's story and fighting for Aniah's law. Angela's sincere heart touched many people. Angela, while grieving herself, inspired others with transparency, strength, and love. People with similar situations gravitated to her, looking for understanding, comfort, support. Angela continued to answer calls and help in any way she could, sometimes by simply being there. Realizing what a difference she made, how many people were hurting and going through similar tragedies, Angela set out to make an impact by spreading awareness and educating anyone that would listen. The incidence of violent acts threatening the safety of young women, children, and adults is rising at an alarming Great. Angela says if she can prevent just one person, just one child from violent harm, then she has done what she set out to do. Okay, so I'm going to put that. While we listen to her talk, I'll put the link in the description in the chat. I'll see if I can send. I've been wanting to send something for Gannon, but like I thought they were going to do a foundation. I don't know what's going on with that foundation thing. Like something like this. I was waiting for that. I see that Dad's GoFundMe is active and he updated the GoFundMe, but I was trying to wait for that. So, I mean, I don't know what to do with that as far as when, where, how. But in the meantime, yeah, I'll put this in the chat for Aniah.
I think, everything happened so quickly.
And in the description.
With a Friday morning when I woke up and learned of Carlee's, that Carlee was missing, everything just happened so fast. And we were in go mode from the beginning up until, she returned home. So processing all that in itself was a lot, but it was, after she returned home was very emotional and very just with happiness, that she was okay and she was alive. And it's just hard to process a lot of the things that are now, things that we're finding out and details that's happening and coming out. It's a lot to process.
When you watched the news conference this week from the Hoover Police Department, you learned things as we learned things, and that was difficult for you. And you're not saying, like you mentioned, you're certainly not saying that, you're not ecstatic that Carlee is home. But if
I am, yeah.
But if part of her story is not true, and we don't know everything yet, but the Hoover Police Department is indicating that there are a lot of holes in her story. Does that bother you? And I think a lot of your supporters have been bothered for you. Is that fair to say?
Right. I'm going to say right now I am my spirit has led me to just be in a state of be still, if that makes sense. And I'm going to try not to cry. Something's telling me to be still and wait. And although I do understand absolutely everyone is, upset and very angry for me and upset about how I feel and support me. And I understand that. And, but something for me is telling me to be still and try to figure out, wait, give it some time so I can in turn figure out how to help everyone, including Carlee, including her family, including my family, friends, and the public. If that makes sense.
It does. And share what you want. I think you've made it clear that you have talked with the Russell family. You've tried to give them some advice, but you have not talked with them in the past few days. Is that correct?
No, I've just, offered my support and just let them know that I'm there if they need me.
Walking through your emotions, you had posted on your social media pages that, again, you were processing this, and you no doubt were thinking about Aniah and all the other missing children out there. What does this do you think, for you in your quest to help other people, if anything?
Donald?
It really just makes me want to go harder because I feel like it has brought up, again, people to understand, they need to have awareness. They need to be safe. It has brought that to a huge forefront that is needed, even though this situation is, I don't even know the words to describe it right now. It's hard to describe, but the important thing is that we did accomplish what we all wanted to happen.
We're going to check out the lawyer's video too in a bit. Guster, I think he did a video earlier today, I believe. We'll check it out once we get through some of this.
Carlee was missing, and she came home. And yes, there was a lot of, I know I put everything I had into it, my body, my health, my mind, and so many people did. I mean, all over the world. And, right here in our community, my family, friends, Carlee's family, friends, and the world put so much into it. And we wanted Carlee to come home, and she's home, and that is the most important thing, that she's home, and everything else will, hopefully in time work out for the best for everybody, but it's processing for everybody right now and trying to get through these feelings, and that's hard. But I do think that it is brought up, because I can't get to everybody, and I wish I could get to everybody every day and just be like, your safety is the most important. And that's what we do at Aniah's Heart. You know, we teach safety education and situational awareness and self-defense, but, you know, you can't get to everybody. And I think it needs to be just put in everybody's minds every day. So I think if we got anything that we need to do is just keep focusing on the missing people, keep focusing on our safety. I think that right now, that's what we all need to be doing. And then just keeping Carlee and her family in our prayers, and everybody in their prayers, because this has affected, you know, a lot of people.
Angela, you've reached a lot of people just by coming on and talking this morning, and I know they appreciate hearing from you. They love you. We love you. So take care of yourself, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Okay.
And I really wonder, like, I mean, what did the family do right now? I guess they have to just duck out, right? You can't, I probably couldn't go home. You have to probably kind of disappear. Maybe they are in Atlanta. I can't imagine they're at the house. I would probably duck out for a while, let things cool off. We're going to get to this in a minute, Aniah's Heart, but let's listen to the father, Aniah's dad, because it's short.
First, the latest revelations in the Carlee Russell case. They are upsetting to many of the people who donated money and their time with those search efforts.
It's especially troubling for those who have had missing children like Aniah Blanchard's family. Police say last Thursday, Carlee left for work, picked up dinner, bought snacks at Target, and then later called 911 Saturday night. Joins us live this evening. In
Absolutely, Brittany. Elijah Blanchard says when he first heard Carlee Russell was missing, his heart went out to the family, because he says unless you've been there as he has, you have no idea just how frightening that is. But he says by the next day, he felt troubled with the situation because it just didn't feel right. Now, with everything that's come out, he says his feelings are best described as hurt. It's been 4 years since Elijah Blanchard's daughter, Aniah, disappeared and was later found murdered. He says the wound is still fresh, and Carlee Russell's case has caused more pain.
It does open up wounds because our daughter was taken. And as a father, you know, your daughter's your pride and joy. I mean, really, especially your baby girl. And it touched home a lot. And, you know, to kind of find out later that, you know, Carlee returns home with really no justification of what happened. And, you know, and it bothers me because it was a post that was made that says she fought for her life. And Aniah did fight for her life. And, you know, for someone to use that phrase, it brings up terrifying and horrifying feelings within me.
In your mind, is there any possibility that she was abducted in your mind right now?
No.
Dad keeping it real, keeping it 100. I mean, it's not crazy to say that. It's really pretty much what it is.
Not in my mind, no. I'm just being honest.
Yeah, straight up. There's still so many missing pieces. I don't know if we'll ever find out really what truly happened during those days. I mean, unless police come out with it. If police is going to keep it gully and come out with more information.
No. Not in my mind, no. No, ma'am. I'm just being honest. I don't think so. I don't really. No, I don't. No, I don't think she was abducted. I think she was going through some personal stuff, and I think that she wanted some attention, and she got it.
Blanchard says he's hopeful Carlee will come.
She got it, right? So be careful what you ask for. She probably was seeking attention, not the world attention, but if there was some issues with the boyfriend or the ex or whatever you want to call him, you know, or the supposed guy on the side or whatever, he's like, oh, you got the attention.
She's going through some personal stuff, and I think that she wanted some attention, and she got it.
Blanchard says he's hopeful Carlee will come forward with all the facts and apologize to the public.
There needs to be some type of reprimand behind her actions.
Let's go, yes.
And I'm speaking boldly about that.
Yeah.
Because I've been through something, and like I said, what my family has gone through, it wasn't 3 days we didn't sleep. Wow. It was several weeks that we didn't sleep, not knowing where our child was, not knowing, didn't have a clue where she was. We found a car, but she was still missing. We found the suspect, but she was still missing. Wow. And then all of a sudden we find her remains that had been laying in the woods, threw in the trash like she was throwing in the trash like garbage.
You can tell by that interview that's brought up a lot of hurtful memories for the Blanchard family. Coming up at 5, we're going to talk to Aniah Blanchard's mother about this case. She and volunteers for her nonprofit called.
Okay, so he was a bit more blunt about it. Oh, we'll talk about that later. That's for later. All right, so I think we're caught up. We're going to do, let's see what we do next. Let's listen to a little bit of this. I don't know if she talks about the Carlee thing here.
Hey everybody. So I've been waiting to make a statement or a video about our search for Carlee Russell, and it's time. I've tried to get my thoughts together, and I wanted to, make sure I represent Aniah's heart well. And on behalf of Aniah's heart and her family and friends, Aniah's family and friends, all of us together, but on behalf of our nonprofit, Aniah's Heart, I just want to say thank you. And everybody involved in Aniah's Heart wants to say thank you to everybody who helped and supported while we were searching for Carlee and now and still after. But Aniah's Heart is dedicated to helping find missing people. That is what we do. Whether that be boots on the ground, or whether that be just investigating from where we are and just offering support, that is actually what our nonprofit.
Okay, so I sent the lady some money. That's the 503c. I dropped 5 on it, 500. Boom. All right, the link is in the chat if you want to send it, or if you're just here supporting me, you've been supporting me, it's on behalf of us, so don't worry about it. But if you want to, you can send it directly over there too. I mean, don't send anything to me right now to send it over there. If you want to send to her, send it directly to her. I'm just saying, if you don't have money, don't worry about it. If you're here watching me, it's from all of us, all right? So we just said that.
Is about
cause,
as well as teaching safety education and situational awareness and self-defense. And it is not our place with our nonprofit to judge or point fingers about any situation that has to do with any information about anybody's case. But we did exactly what we do, exactly what we're supposed to do, what our mission and our goals are at Aniah's Heart. That is what we did on Friday morning. That's what we did throughout the whole search for Carlee Russell. And we would do it all over again tomorrow.
5.
We want to bring people home to their families. We want to reunite missing loved ones with their families. And that is exactly what happened in this case. Carlee is reunited with her family. No matter how that happened or what that looks like or what their circumstances are surrounding that are, our nonprofit is dedicated to that, to helping bring people home that are missing. We do this for Aniah. We do this because of Aniah. And we want to keep it, we want to keep it classy. We want to keep it, do everything the right way. And so we're not about,
not like
say
us.
anything negative, if that makes sense. So, with that being said, a lot of people don't know about Aniah's Heart, and I hope that you guys will share, share about Aniah's Heart with your friends, with your family, with everybody. We want to just keep going forward.
That is pretty messed up. That is pretty messed up. My Flossie texted me saying ghosting Aniah's mother is pretty gross. Yeah, they have parents hadn't said nothing to her, I guess. They just kind of left her in the wind. I guess the parents are ducking and kind of hiding, I guess. I mean, maybe they could have messaged her not publicly, but privately, and they definitely owe this lady an apology for sure. Or the family, and I feel like the public too, the people that were searching and stuff, the local people,
Move forward. If someone calls today, with a missing loved one, and it's to where we can go and search that day or go look or help in any type of way, we will. But it breaks my heart that there are so many missing people that there's nothing we can do for them. We don't have any information, any leads on where they are. And that's normally the case, is that we just don't have enough information on where to start even searching. And so I know that was a question that was brought up is, what about this person? What about that person? Yes, I work with missing people every day. Me and my team, Seth Burgett, John Hill, John Sloan, Cameron Williams, my friend Crystal Schubert, Kristen Hill, John's wife. There's a few people, there are a lot of people that are a part of Aniah's heart, and together we work as a team, right? So every week, there's several that we, somebody will call and say that there's a missing person, or law enforcement will say there's a missing person. And we try to get as much information as possible to help try to find that person. But guys, most of the time, there's not enough information for us to go do a boots on the ground search. It just so happened that in Carlee's situation, we were able to go do a search, boots on the ground. My dear friend Tim Miller, who is, of course, the president of EquiSearch, the founder of Texas EquiSearch, he came immediately to help find Aniah. And
I didn't know that. That's nice. That's cool.
The first words he said to me were, time is of the essence. And when you have information like we had, with Carlee, that was what we did. Like, we knew that this might be a person that we could potentially find if we act fast. And that's what we did. And like I say, we will do that all over again. We will do it. And hopefully we won't have to do it. But unfortunately, with the world that we live in, that's just that's what's going on in the world, and people are going missing all the time. And I wish we could find everybody, but I just want people to understand that it's hard. It is so hard to find missing people when you have no clues or nothing to go on. So when we do have some clues or something to go on, we act fast. So in that case, we may be able to, to find the person, right? So like I say, I wanted to make this video for Aniah's heart, and to explain a lot of things to some people that may not understand why, because right now I am actively supporting families with missing loved ones, and they want to know, well, why can't we do this in my loved one's case? Well, it's because we just don't have enough information.
And that's true. I mean, that is true. You need information, a place to start, a place to look. There's a lot of missing pieces in a lot of the stories, unfortunately,
and it breaks my heart, and it breaks my team's heart, but all I want to do, all my team wants to do, my family wants to do, is move forward now, to help, teach people safety education, situational awareness, self-defense. We teach those classes, and support families with missing loved ones. We will continue to do that. We will not stop. I'm sorry, my hair is getting on my nerves. We will not stop. We will keep going. We will do anything at any time for anybody to help bring their loved one home, if it was within our power, so to speak. So again, I just want to thank everybody that helped in the search this past weekend for Carlee Russell. And ultimately, we got what we set out to do. And it might not have been something that we actually did physically ourselves, but she's home. And we'll just keep it at that. So guys, all I'm going to say is, Aniah's Heart, we're not a big 501c3. We are a 501c3, but we're not big. But, I want to make Aniah's Heart, me and my family and my team here at Aniah's Heart, we want to make Aniah's Heart huge and big so we're able to help everybody. So if you feel it inside your heart, to give to Aniah's Heart, of course we would love that. We don't go around asking for money. But I think people see this weekend what happened, that there's a need. We need to be able to have funds to be able to help people and to go places, go everywhere, teach these classes, educational classes, self-defense classes, to have monies there available when we do have to do a search and things like that. So I want you to guys, if you have not saw Aniah's beautiful website, Aniah's Heart website, please go look at our website. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's aniahsheart22.com. And yeah, it'll tell you exactly, what we do. It'll tell you Aniah's story. And like I say, we do this because of what happened to Aniah, and I promised her we wouldn't let this happen to anybody else. And that's what we're trying to do. So, it'll have on there, ways to donate. Right now, we don't have Cash App. We have PayPal and Venmo for Aniah's Heart, or of course, we would take checks if that was the case. But like I said, I'm not coming down here to ask for money. I'm just letting you know, people have asked me, how can we donate to Aniah's Heart? And that's the way. But I want you just to go to look at our website just to even check it out because it's beautiful.
All right. So that's all I'm going to play for that. So I put the website in, it's pinned in the chat. It's pinned on Facebook, on YouTube. It's in the description as well. There's also Aniah's story there. You can check out Aniah's story. And then there's also memories of Aniah and stuff like that. If you get curious, to just go check it out. There's pictures and that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So the next thing, and I think we'll end off on this. I just was kind of curious to see what Guster had to say. Eric Guster. He said, does Carlee...
I'm attorney Eric Guster with Guster Law Firm based out of Birmingham, Alabama. We're going to talk...
Does Carlee Russell deserve grace from online ridicule and anger?
About, does Carlee deserve grace and mercy?
Mercy, forgiveness.
There have been so many posts about this on social media where people have tried to shame people about this case. People have been trying to shame people and sharing the memes. Now, there's some hilarious memes. People have been trying to shame people about talking about it and demanding justice and saying she needs to be put in prison and typing about it. Shame on you for talking about this girl. That's what they say. And it's annoying. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. That's what I've got to talk about it today. Because the same people who are writing these things are typically those who are very involved and emotionally involved in the case. They're the same people. Just Sunday and Monday were calling people dumb for saying that they did not believe the story. The same people who were saying that you were stupid if you...
Hey, Liz, see you in the chat. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you stopping by.
You were questioning what happened. The same people who say you don't know your dad and all this nasty stuff about people. Now, it's about that grace and mercy. And we're going to break down the question, does Carlee deserve grace and mercy? I purposely did this segment 7 days from the day where she did whatever she was doing. I waited long past the press conference. I waited on family statements. I gave them 2 days since the presser. And it's irking me right now. Because these folks with the show grace and mercy stuff, they don't want to hold people accountable. This is when someone deserves grace and mercy. Because as of July 20th, 2023 at 10:20 p.m. Central Time, Carlee does not deserve grace and mercy. And I'm going to break it down as to why.
Well, one, she hasn't apologized. She's not talking to police, avoiding police.
Grace and mercy are earned when there is acknowledgement, when you acknowledge what you did, when there's an apology, you acknowledge what you did, and you apologize, I'm sorry for what happened. And the third thing is atonement. If you don't have those three things, grace and mercy are not earned. Because we have to stop getting out of the giving people a pass. Because so many of you are saying, give her a pass. Oh, she made a mistake. The trying to shame people. What about if the worst thing you ever did was brought into the world? She created this.
Liz said after Carlee repents. Thanks.
She created this. And some of those, again, those same people who were bashing people Monday, calling them dumb, the same people who on Bama football Saturdays will call the kicker a fool or the O-line sucks online, the same people will ask about grace and mercy for someone who obviously broke the law. And secondly, has not acknowledged, apologized, or atoned for what happened. And I'm going to break down how all of that should have happened.
I like that he has like notes.
Now, Carlee is 25 years old.
Written down.
Everybody, oh, she's a little baby. She's 25. She's grown.
Your baby, come on.
And everyone's talking about this a mistake. This was a plan, a well thought out, dumb, but a whole plan. She plotted it. She researched, plotted it. Then she executed it. And then she lied about it. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice at that point. It was a choice that she made to do this. And not only was it a choice, when she went missing, I am quite convinced that she knew about people looking for her because she had help. Yeah.
Oh,
she didn't disappear in thin air. Someone.
You guys think she had help, or she just on her own?
One close to her helped her do this. Someone, and the more that this family drags this on, the more I question who may have been involved in that. You know who deserves grace and mercy? Aniah Blanchard's mama. Aniah Blanchard's daddy. The reopening of their wounds.
Right.
I looked at the live of Aniah, for the people who are not local to Jefferson County. Aniah Blanchard was a young lady who was kidnapped and murdered. And her mom, Aniah's mom, was shoulder to shoulder.
I believe she had help. Damn.
With Carlee's mom, looking for Carlee when Carlee was actually safe somewhere. For Aniah's mom to be in 95-degree heat for 2 days straight, organizing, spending money, doing things to save this girl that's obviously choosing to go wherever the hell she was. What about her grace and mercy? They've not acknowledged it to her. They haven't apologized, and they haven't atoned. You want to talk about, instead of telling people, stop talking about this online, how about you tell them to acknowledge, apologize, and atone for it? Because the anger that you're displaying is in the wrong place. Because you have to remember, Carlee was never in danger. Your emotions were carried that she was in danger, but she was never in danger. Carlee, let's say that again. Carlee was never in danger. So she does not deserve the pass that so many people are trying to give them.
Yeah, they were saying Aniah's mother, Angela, that supposedly her lupus flared up.
Because it's absolutely ridiculous. And looking at her family, again, acknowledgement, apology, atonement. Family went on the Today Show. They're looking for an abductor. I believe by then they knew. The story was so ridiculous. Someone close to them had to tell them, like, this is not adding up. But they went on national TV. Now remember, Monday, Sunday, everybody was hot about this now. Everybody was hot, fired up, angry, pissed. But went on national TV, still looking for an abductor. No acknowledgement, no apology, no atonement. And then the family with the statements that they made. We asked for sincere prayers, not prayers of support that came with strings or entitlements. No acknowledgement, no apology, no atonement. Carlee has given the detectives her statement, and they are pursuing her abductor. No acknowledgement, no apology, no atonement.
And did Mama delete the Facebook post? Carlee's mom? Is that post still there?
And remember, the police said they talked to Carlee's parents. They talked to their household about what they were going to present at the press conference. Nothing.
What's still there? Let me see.
They stuck to their story. But you want people on the internet to give grace and mercy to someone who is not acknowledged wrong, who's standing in the lie, who refuses to apologize and refuses to atone. Grace and mercy those things have not been earned yet. And social media, it's really weird that they're just posting so much on social media. And I just wish that someone would like take their phones, because they're making it worse. Because a person who purportedly was a relative posted something saying, when the entitlement is displayed through cruelty and total disregard of your fellow man's pain, that crosses the line of wickedness. What about the pain of the people who lost children and the wounds were reopened? What about the pain? What about the people who took their time off of their job searching for someone who was actually somewhere safe? What about the officers who came in on the weekends? What about the DA who was out there searching? What about the volunteers who spent money for someone who was actually safe? No acknowledgement, no apology, no atonement. And it irks me. Wanting their prayers back, rest assured those prayers never left the ground anyway. This is family talking on their behalf, for the family. We have, and this is the mind-blowing thing, while people are telling folks to chill out and give grace and mercy, we have no reason to believe anything other than Carlee was taken against her will and was later returned to family. Now, this was yesterday, after the press conference. And we have to stop giving passes when passes are not earned. We have to start making people accountable for the things that they do. We have to make sure that we stop trying to play the game of making someone feel uncomfortable or trying to shame them and shame on you for talking about this. It's not a person to not talk about it. This is a national, actually worldwide story. It's a fascinating story about a girl who was actually never in danger, whose family is 10 toes down lying for her. And that is the problem. Let me tell you what the family should have done. What could they have done that I would probably be advocating for grace and mercy? Instead of going to today's show and saying, we're looking for an abductor, instead of going up there and lying and backing up the lie, instead of making posts backing up the lie, instead of getting on the internet bashing and being nasty to the people who helped you, the family should have, number one, they should have put their phones down. Number two, they should have had a representative to speak on their behalf. And let me tell you what I would have told them to say. Acknowledgement, apology, and atonement. Number one, it should not have been Carlee's work. It should not be Carlee speaking. It should be someone speaking for Carlee. The family acknowledges this is what should have done. Don't could have saying I don't represent them at all. The family could have said, "We're sorry for what you all went through. We apologize so deeply for this bad experience." To the people who are
Heavens on earth. Heaven on earth. Thank you so much for the super chat. Appreciate that. I was reading the email that this person in the chat sent me. Shanna, thank you so much for the super chat as well. Go Guster, get him. I'm gonna have to look at this video on some other time separately. I need to sit down and see what I see. They're talking about Carlee's boyfriend, but and it goes into like his job or something like that. I feel like I want to sit down off air. I don't want to just start playing that on stream without knowing what it really is. Yeah.
Searching, to the police officers, to those who gave up their time, money, efforts, prayers, the ones that who were instilled with fear, we are sorry. It's acknowledgement and apology. And we're going to do everything we can to make it right. Because there's a legal case coming, because there are legal issues coming, we can't say anything else, but we're going to try to work that out, and we are so sorry. The end.
I wonder if that's what they're afraid about too, apologizing and accepting responsibility, culpability, and they're worried about legal issues, and so they're not saying nothing after being so public and on TV and everything and making posts. They just, gone.
That is when grace and mercy is earned. When grace and mercy are earned. That point right there, we should have cut out the BS at that point because they acknowledged it, did not admit guilt. Now, legally, Carlee should not be giving statements admitting any guilt until a plea agreement of some sort is worked out. But I would imagine that based upon what I've seen and what was said at the press conference, it would not take much to do one on this one. I mean, you may be far out from her serving time or not, or restitution of some sort, but Hoover said that they called them and told them what they were going to present, but they stuck to their story.
Still.
And that would anger us. That would anger the police officers. And that's a bad look. And as far as those who are saying people are being internet bullies, let's talk about that. One thing I learned long ago as a legal analyst is stop reading the comments. I get people dogging and trashing me all the time. I just don't read them. When I posted that post on Sunday, I told my wife she's used to the Republican attacks that I receive when I go on Fox and MSNBC and even dab a foot into politics. She's used to it. My office is used to it. But for example, when I posted that thing on Sunday that said this is all a lie, it was a family vote, a family decision, and I told my wife, don't read the comments.
Just don't look.
Because I knew it was going to be nasty. And that's what her family should do. Don't read the comments. But you need to atone, apologize, acknowledge, apologize, and atone. Period. And cut off the freaking internet.
Turn it off.
Because they're making it worse. This is like the biggest crap show I could have ever imagined. And looking at this crap show that they are actually churning, it makes me wonder. I have questions about who else was involved. I have serious questions about who was involved because someone else was involved. I am very convinced that another family member knew before she showed up at the house. Somebody else knew. I'm someone knew. I really, really, really strongly believe that. But without acknowledgement, apology, and atonement, it's not earned. Let's go to some comments. Woo! Let's see. All right. What questions do you have? Sure. Because this should be
would you represent them if asked?
Wrapped up Monday? At least an acknowledgement, apology, and atonement. That should have been wrapped up by Monday. By somebody saying, hey, we know this is crazy. But we can't talk a lot about it, but we sorry.
Maybe even an attorney.
You gotta go
for
into
them.
this. Yeah, she went here, went there. You don't have to do all that. But you should be acknowledging, apologizing in tone. And I think about the people who lost children who were out there. Imagine being a parent who lost a child, and you're out there trying to save somebody else's child for 2 days, sleepless nights, 95-degree heat, Bama, nose cloud in the sky heat, to find out that she was somewhere laid up wherever and safe. That would be a mind screw. That would be a mind F. If I was out there, if a parent lost a child and was out there searching for 2 days, and then she all right. Police come out, this whole thing is a lie. It would be infuriating. It would be I could not imagine that pain.
Yeah, I would have caught an ass whooping. I would have caught an ass whooping. Even at 25, I would have caught an ass whooping by mama. What do you think she was at? Okay.
Well, somebody helped them. They could have, based upon already. It's ridiculous. Do I think she was at the Red Roof Inn? I don't know. The family said they got a call from her from the Red Roof Inn. I think family is involved, not necessarily with the initial issue. Well, somebody helped on the initial part. I wonder, is the family involved in the aftermath? I wonder if family members got involved before she walked down the neighborhood. I wonder who in her family knew before she showed up Sunday night that she wasn't really missing. And that is what, in addition, that is what Hoover is probably on the other side. We ain't gonna arrest you because people start talking. They start texting. And if they throw the book at her, it's gonna be hell. I mean, Hoover has shown grace. Now, Hoover has shown some grace.
Larry Hoover. Under God. One nation.
No.
So yeah, well, I don't know if they're gonna charge her or not. Why haven't they got a lawyer?
No, the mom is not a lawyer. No, this is the same. I don't know if they have a lawyer. I'll say I don't know if they have a lawyer. And I know this is the 7th day of a bogus nationwide hunt for a person who was missing, but wasn't in danger, who was missing by choice. No, the mom is not a lawyer.
All right, let me see what else. Any other thing here? Somebody said they do have a lawyer.
Know if they have a lawyer or not.
I don't know. I heard rumors they do, but I haven't seen nothing official. I left him some 5-star review too on his page I think it's Facebook or Google reviews. I left them a 5-star, just a positive, whatever. All right. I don't know what you guys want to do. I'm kind of tired. I know some people were saying phone calls, but I don't know. I'm tired. I was up late last night working on the video for this morning, and for the I can't even show business. I was up super late doing that, and then I was up late watching whatever. I was up till like 4 a.m. Then I woke up today to do this little thing this morning, and then I was kind of going all day, and then picked up Maddie tonight, and here we are tonight. How might Carlee Russell case impact future media coverage?
I don't know that it's going to have that much of an impact because her story got covered, in my view, because it's fascinating. It just seems to have been made up. Fascinating stories, I think, will still be covered regardless of the race. But let's bring back Geraldo Rivera, the veteran journalist. Tracy Burns, former...
Wow, Geraldo Rivera? That's old school. Desiree for Fire, thank you so much for the super chat. Says, I live here and Hoover is serious as a heart attack. She should be scared. Oh, shit. Those locals are pissed. Yeah, I don't think we should do calls because it's going to go for a very long time. Let's leave it for another day. I'm hoping... I really do think they should be some charges or be held accountable. I don't know what they're going to do.
Fox Business Network anchor and Kieran Chetri, former CNN and Fox News Channel anchor. Geraldo, you have covered crime stories and missing people for your white children for your entire career. What do
you say? White children? What?
CNN and Fox News Channel anchor. Geraldo, you have covered crime stories and missing people for your white children for your entire career.
Yeah, he said white children his entire career? What?
Stories and missing people for your white children for your entire career. What do you make of this?
I think of it as a mental health story more than anything. I think of it as kind of pathetic. It's kind of sad. It's much more a melancholy tale than Jussie Smollett, the liar of Chicago who said MAGA guys stuck him up. And he made.
Why is it so different from that? I mean, she's given a whole account to the police of someone abducting her and taking her and describing a white man.
I think that she really is, unbalanced. I don't want to diagnose her.
Jussie Smollett's probably imbalanced.
Well, yeah. Push him. Trying to take the safe route out of this bitch. Heaven on earth. Thank you so much for the gift and the membership. Yeah, last night we were up really fucking late. Last night was, oh my God, I was a zombie. After this stream, I'm going to take some CBD so I get all weird and funny and just chill for the rest of the night.
He was a slickster, and he had a whole plan.
She had a plan too.
Backfired on him.
It feels like a mental health thing. I don't think it's a black and white thing.
Cancel. What you mean black and white? Huh? What you mean by black and white? No, just kidding.
Backfired on him.
It feels like a mental health thing. I don't think it's a black and white thing. We're going to end up being.
She had to correct herself. She's like, oh shit, I fucked up.
No, we're not going to go hunt down missing black women because of it. I just worry that it is a mental health thing, and maybe it's not going to be addressed as such, as this woman is just they're just making fun of her.
But
oh no.
Get that, but I guess what I'm focusing on is the fact that for years now, people have been saying the media needs to cover missing black women more. And it's happening, right? There's a whole organization, Black and Missing, which is now pushing the media to focus on this, and good for them. It's a great organization. But I wonder whether this is one, black or white, that was covered all over. I mean, the story was so compelling, right? It was the idea that a child is walking on the side of the highway.
That's what I've been saying that with these stories, just like Brian Laundrie and Gabby Petito, or I don't know what other stories.
And
that's what did it.
Right. And that's my point here is the reason this was covered is not because there was pressure on the media. Oh, you got to cover more missing black women. It was, what? What an unbelievable story.
Yeah,
and I think those stories will still get covered.
I do too. I mean, you've done your share of stories.
Yeah.
What
what do you need to do this effectively? You need video. You need, a lot of this reason that Gabby Petito's story I felt was covered so much was because of that fascinating police encounter.
They're listening to what we've been saying. That's why now all of a sudden they're turning around and they've seen this. I've been saying this shit forever.
Well, and also they chronicled their cross-country trip, right?
Yes. I mean, that to a point. And I understand the Lacey Peterson. I understand the Natalie Holloways. I mean, Geraldo, years
We're
and
talking
years
to the
and
master
years.
here.
Years and years
Legend.
covering those stories.
But she also crafted it in a way. She had the movie taken. So here's the elements, the plot elements. So she figures out by looking at the movie and doing the internet searches what it takes to get a compelling story. Oh, you need the toddler who's walking on the side of the road. Oh, you need the missing woman and whatever was going on in her domestic life. And she was, I still believe that you got to be crazy to do that. I mean, you have to really
so you have to have a mental health thing?
Really to go that extra step and to think you're going to hoodwink everybody. It's taking a little bit of data and then making a colossal.
And I think she's going to end up getting charged for it.
Could very well.
Well, and it could very well be why the parents aren't speaking, because they're not saying anything. And the less they say, the more curious the world becomes, right?
Thank you for watching.
All right, Dan Abrams. All right, I like that. He was pushing a little bit. He was kind of pushing the legend. I like it. The other thing too, I forgot to mention the cocaine sharks. A big concern in the oceans of Florida. I think they said Florida. Cocaine sharks may be ingesting drugs dumped into Florida's coast. For all we know, when I go to the beach and I'm in there with Maddie, we're bathing in cocaine ocean water. There's been a couple of times where they've had these huge containers or packages of coke washing ashore. Sharks may be eating cocaine washing ashore. Oh no. Maybe that's why they're attacking people now all of a sudden.
Inspired by a true story of a black bear ingesting lost cocaine.
Oh, the black bear story.
But now scientists in Florida are trying to figure out if sharks are doing the very same thing with the massive amount of illegal drugs washing ashore. Scientists have been conducting experiments, finding some sharks may be eating bundles of cocaine. This Nation's Nancy Liu has been following this incredible story.
That's gangster. And I wonder what the effects of coke sharks would be.
For us. So Nancy, we're going to see all of this as part of a new TV show. But what have you been able to find out so far?
They really investigating this?
Well, that it may be a real problem, Kelly. Like much of the
That almost looks like Dania. Oh no, that's Manhattan's beach city.
country, there is
California?
increased
I thought we were talking about Florida and then Cali.
shark activity here in Southern California. But in Florida, there have long been tales about cocaine-fueled sharks due to dumping by drug runners. And that is the basis of Cocaine Sharks. It's a series due to be part of Discovery's upcoming Shark Week.
Ooh, I want to watch that. Coke sharks.
Scientists actually studied whether shark behavior in the Florida Keys is influenced by cocaine in the ocean ecosystem. Every year, the U.S. Coast Guard seizes tens of thousands of kilos of cocaine.
Mohawk Mom says, will they not be diluted? Well, I'm thinking if it's packaged, maybe it is exposed to the water a little bit and the sharks can sense it. But when the shark gets to the package, they probably bite the whole thing. And there's a whole large amount probably intact still. So they could still get
and
high,
marijuana, but a lot of illegal cargo often gets dumped by drug runners when law enforcement closes in. Whether sharks have been feasting on drugs has yet to be proven. But as part of the new research, scientists dumped fake bales of cocaine and sharks made a beeline to them.
No.
The frightening idea of cocaine sharks comes amid more shark activity in the waters off much of the U.S., and researchers say sharks are often within yards of surfers and swimmers without people even becoming aware.
Wow.
But according to trackingsharks.com, so far this year, there have been more than 24 shark attacks across the country, 13 in Florida, 5 in New York, 3 in Hawaii, and 1 in South Carolina. None of the attacks have been fatal. Now, the scientists behind the cocaine shark study say their findings were inconclusive, but I just spoke with one of those scientists, and she says that without a doubt, cocaine, chemicals, all kinds of stuff that's been dumped into the oceans have changed the ecosystems. And Kelly, we'll bring you more of what she had to say coming up in our next hour.
That's a damn shame. Great segue. Cocaine sharks to end off the night. I want to watch that. That sounds kind of somewhat interesting, maybe. Stay out of the ocean, folks. Cocaine sharks, man. Lord almighty. Oh, Inside Edition.
We know all about the cocaine bear. The off-the-wall movie, very loosely based on the real story of the bear who supposedly ingests $15 million of cocaine in 1985 and goes berserk. But cocaine sharks? Yep, it's really a thing. Shark expert Tom Hurd investigates cocaine sharks on Shark Week, airing on Discovery.
We take on a very, very interesting idea, which, of course, the top line is pretty insane, but it's actually legitimate as well.
He says fleeing smugglers being chased by the DEA are dumping significant amounts of cocaine into the ocean, which ends up in the stomachs of sharks.
You notice how she's swimming?
Yeah, it looks like she's slightly on the one side, almost like she's weighted down. She's not quite level.
This is turning into the summer of sharks, with 46 shark attack bites so far this year. Famed shark expert Paul de Gelder lost a leg and arm to a shark attack back in 2009.
For people who may be in the ocean and have a shark encounter.
That shit looks actually, that arm. I wonder what the material that it's made out of, the prosthetic. It shit looks almost like. I wonder if it's like, I don't know, strong. Like, can you punch some water? Like, if you, I don't know.
What do you tell them? What should they do?
Enjoy it. Love it.
That is dope. That's pretty dope.
People that see sharks that I take diving, they get upset because the sharks won't come closer to them. They start chasing after the shark because the sharks usually don't want any part of you.
He tells Allison Hall, never take your eyes off a shark.
Keep your eyes on it. If it does come in close, all you do is extend your arm, put it on the nose, the top of the head, try to stay away from the pointy bits, and push it away.
Sounds like you have to be pretty fearless to put your arm out to a shark.
This is a last resort.
Oh, that won't be me. Shark Week debuts Sunday on the Discovery
Oh,
Channel.
okay, starting this Sunday. It seems like they're doing a promo run, I guess. All right. Sharks off the Florida coast high on cocaine. They should give them actual cocaine. Can't they do that as a study? See what happens. I want to see the effects. Cocaine sharks may be swimming off the Florida coast. I haven't been to the beach in a while. I've just been going to the pool, man. There's too much shit going on at the beach. Between the riptides, the sharks, the jellyfish, and the people. So that the Melly trial is they still haven't come to a conclusion yet. Who knows if it'll be a hung jury. Tom is kind of hot. The ladies liking Tom. Okay, all right. They're feeling Tom with the. All right. All right, man. So yeah, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna chill. You guys have a good night. Thank you so much for coming through. I'm gonna transfer you guys to the Monday stream. Just hit like on it. Hit set remind. Give me a like on there. And I appreciate that. If you can't like on this stream. And check out Aniah Blanchard's website, Aniah's Heart. Anything else? I think that's it. I really should just chill this weekend because we have a whole trial this whole week. So I really should chill the rest of the weekend. I don't know. But if something breaking happens, I'll jump on. If there's a chase, I'll jump on. And maybe that's it. If there's a chase, or if there's some crazy breaking thing with Carlee, like she comes out and apologizes or the friends or whatever. All right, so yeah, good night. Love you guys.